Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back. So in today's video, what we're going to be looking at is kind of like a Lord of the Rings campaign for Attila Total War, and I say that very lightly because really all this is a side effect of a custom map battle mod which has been uploaded I think in the past week or so, which adds in a ton of new units, Lord of the Rings orientated. It adds in a really cool set of elves, it adds in Gondor, and it also adds in Harad, and these units have kind of found their way into the campaign. Now I've spoken to the modder and he said that these aren't really, like, he hasn't done anything for the campaign yet, but if people want to see it, maybe when he gets back from doing his exams and stuff, he will actually go ahead and develop the mod more with campaign in mind. And I mean, this is probably the closest we're gonna get to a campaign for, you know, for Attila Total War Lord of the Rings ever, I think, because it's just so hard to mod the campaign. So please, when you do watch this, do understand that this kind of hasn't had any touches to it really. It's just having the units in the Total War Attila campaign, which I think is cool enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to load in and check out the 3 factions which are in the game. Well, I guess I keep on calling them like factions, but it's really just, you know, the Western Roman Empire, and you can have elven units in that army, and you can kind of just build all elven units if you want to, and just go down that way. But you're going to be fighting like the normal Attila units and stuff like that. I mean, let's start off by looking at the elves really quickly. Yeah, like, so you're going to be fighting the normal factions like the Picts and everyone else like that. But if you do come into conflict, say with like the Eastern Roman Empire, who have Gondor units, then you might end up actually, you know, having a Lord of the Rings elves versus Gondor battle. However, again, as I mentioned, it's very light, but I think this mod was kind of worth showing off just because it's really cool, you know. It's better than nothing, and I think that's the main thing about this kind of addition to the campaign, is that you can either just not have the Lord of the Rings campaign, or you can play with some cool Lord of the Rings units in a campaign and just kind of, you know, tell yourself that these are just, you're fighting, you know, wild men of Dunland or something when you're fighting, you know, the barbarians or something like that, you know, and just kind of embrace it for what it is instead of expecting, you know, a full Third Age campaign or something like that. So I think I went ahead and tested out all 3 factions. I'm not sure if the Galadriel Elves mod works because I tried it, but I didn't get to a high enough tier building, so I didn't actually check that out if that worked in campaign. But I know basically all you have to do for these to get these units, for the elves, for these high elves, what you need to do is you need to get a tier 3 barracks for the Western Roman Empire. So you play as the Western Roman Empire, you load them up, and you just have to get this tier 3 barracks, and there you go. You can see on the left hand side all the elven units. You can see I'm building them right here. Because these units are tier 3, you need to get a tier 3 barracks. But what we'll see in a second is, yeah, I can't actually see any of their units at the moment. But, you know, for units like the Gondor roster, because they have tier 1 and tier 2 units, you can actually recruit just a full Gondor army straight away off as soon as you start the game, which is pretty cool. Something else I quite like is the flag difference. Like, I think this looks pretty cool. You know, you've obviously got the elves here, you've got Gondor, I mean, you've got the Harad over on by the where the Sassanids are as well. So that's really cool. Like, I really enjoy it. And this only took me 10 turns to get to this point, I think. And I believe that, you know, you have to wait till you get to turn 10, or you get a tier 3 barracks to actually be able to recruit any Lord of the Rings units for the Western Roman Empire. Now, obviously, you're gonna kind of, you can couple them in with other Roman units, because all the other Roman units are still in the game. So you can kind of almost just have like a solely elven army and then slowly fade out the Romans when you get to this point in the game, which again is only like 10 turns. So let's go and load up another one of the factions. Let's load up Harad next, and we'll save Gondor till last, because I think they have probably the best, like, Gondor's probably the person you'll play as in this campaign if you want to do it, because I feel like they just have the best set of units for you to really, you know, have an interesting Lord of the Rings campaign. And you'll definitely enjoy it a lot more. So yeah, here we go, Harad. Again, I like the change of the faction. You can see straight away off the bat, you know, all these Harad units in here, Harad swordsmen, and I believe I can recruit these units from the get-go. I believe I had this. Yeah, you start off as soon as you build a tier 1 barracks, you can go ahead and start recruiting infantry, and you can go up to better and better infantry. But yeah, you can get all of these guys straight away. So again, it's really cool just having these units in the campaign, and you can really just, you know, have fun with that. You know, you can have a Gondor versus Harad. I think something which would be really fun to do, and probably one of the most one of the things which makes the most sense in this game would be if you went ahead and played a versus campaign using this with one of your friends. You know, one of you plays as the High Elves and one of you plays as Gondor, and you just try and fight each other and like you get to a point where you guys say, oh, I'm only going to be using Lord of the Rings units, or you do Harad versus Gondor, and you say, oh, we're only going to be using these units. So yeah, let's go ahead and look. We can see Gondor roster right here. I have a few Roman units here actually, which I should probably delete, but you can see I'm recruiting some more Gondor soldiers. I think I've got a tier 3 barracks. Where is it? Yeah, I've got a tier 3 barracks. However, you can recruit these units straight away. You can recruit the Gondor militia straight away, turn 1, and then by the time you get a tier 3 barracks, which again, I've managed to research and get a tier 3 barracks, which allows me to get Guards of Osiliath and Gondor infantry and Gondor spearmen in about 10 turns. So you can really rush this just so you can have proper Gondor infantry and really just rule the battlefields. And again, like, it's just really cool. So you can kind of just, the first like 10-20 turns, just kind of use all these Roman units to get used to kind of protect yourself, and then switch in to having, the other Gondor units to kind of buff up your rosters and fight the battle. So I think what we can do is we can just quickly go and jump out and actually see where you can recruit this. Or we can also just go and attack this faction as well, and you guys can see the units. Like, I'll just to show you that it does work, we'll just jump into a battle with this Gondor army. Hopefully they'll fight me and not run away. Yeah, cool. So we'll just jump into this, and I can show you guys that there's no crashes or anything. But this is really cool. Like, if you just take it for what it is, because this mod is a custom map battle mod. It isn't really a campaign mod in any sense. They just kind of trickle down because they're in the Western Roman Empire roster. You can recruit them in the campaign. Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, if you guys go over and let him know in the Steam page that you want to see him kind of do more stuff in the campaign, he said that he might come back to it and change it and try and make it more campaign friendly for you guys, because I think that'd be really, really awesome if he managed to like combine his mod with the Gladian elf mod, and they just kind of just replace all the units in the campaign with just Lord of the Rings units, so that the AI can only recruit Lord of the Rings units. I think that'd be really cool. We could have an Uruk-hai faction. We could actually have like leaders, like because obviously the Gladian elves mod has Aragon, and it has Gandalf, and it has Sauron and the Witch King. You could actually have these faction leaders running around the battlefield, which would be absolutely awesome. Something I should mention as well, as we can just see the units working right here. We got the Pelagor Marines, we have the Gondor Militia right here. Now, as I said, again, I don't really have any of the elite units here. I could have recruited them, but I just don't have them right now. But this was just more to let you guys know that it does work and there's no crashes. And you can kind of mix and match, combine it with these units. But yeah, you can get literally every single Gondor unit in the custom map pack in this. So something I should say as well, when you're downloading this, make sure you read the instructions on the Steam page, which again I'll link in the description. You have to go and follow the instructions, because you have to download stuff from Google Drive and then stick that into your data folder for Attila Total War. It's really easy to follow the instructions, and all you have to do is just, as I said, follow them and you should be absolutely fine. And if you have any issues, then feel free to hit on the Steam page. I'm not going to be doing like an installation guide or anything like that. But yeah, just follow the instructions. Some people I've seen have been getting a bit confused with it, but really it's really, really simple. So finally, I guess we'll just jump out and I'll run through all the units which will actually be in the campaign that you guys can mess around with and keep an eye out for. Also, like as I said, the Gladian Elves mod, I'm not sure if it's worked. I haven't tested it, so it might work, it might not, because obviously the Allans, like, I'm not sure if these factions are in the Allen roster or not. It might be. Actually, let's fuck it. Let's just go and have a look, because this is probably something I should say as well. Like, when you jump on, it's just these are the elves, these are the Gondorians, and then obviously these are the Haradrim as well. So just don't get fooled by this being Western Roma. As I said, it's not meant for campaign. But let's find the Allans and let's just jump into it, because that is the faction, right? Yeah, that is. So let's just jump into it and see if we can recruit a general, because I do have the Gladian Elves mod on, as you guys can see. So let's just find out together. Why not? Some top-notch YouTubing. Probably should have done this beforehand, but whatever. We'll just find out together, because if we can recruit a general, because as you guys saw, Aragon, Gandalf, the Witch King, and Sauron were all recruitable generals. So if we can recruit them whilst playing as the Allen, I guess then it does work. That you can get the Gladian Elves in as well. It's kind of like a migrating faction, which is kind of cool to think of. So let's just jump, obviously skip all the intro and stuff, and let's have a look. Because again, I think what you have to do is get a tier 3 barracks, because that's what the units are classed as. But how do we even raise another horde? I don't even know how you raise a horde in this game. I mean, we can just replace him, can we? We cannot. Is that our only unit as well? Oh, we have one over here? Yeah, we have one over here. Can we just replace this guy? And we can see. How the hell do you... Oh, there we go. Nice. So let's raise a force. So they're not recruitable generals. Okay, so I guess you can't. Maybe you can, though, because there's no mercenaries. Like, again, I don't really know what you can get when you get to a tier 3 barracks, which is right. No, that's a military walk. I don't even know what... I guess it's like one of these or something. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but you could do. That's something you guys can check out for yourselves and see if that does work. I don't think it does, but, you know, I could be definitely wrong, and you guys can check it out and, you know, prove me wrong. Comment down below so other people can find out if you have tested this out. But yeah, this has been some Lord of the Rings units for the Attila campaign. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. It helps get this video out there to so many more people and lets them find my channel. So I really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much in advance, and hopefully you guys have some fun doing this. Maybe I'm going to do like a live stream on this. Let me know if you guys think that would be a cool idea, and I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.